Delhi, the capital of India, is a city of contrasts. It is a vibrant hub of culture and history. Yet every winter, a dark cloud descends upon this bustling metropolis. A blanket of smog engulfs the city, transforming its skyline into a hazy blur. The air, thick with pollutants, becomes heavy and difficult to breathe. Delhi chokes. As temperatures drop, the city's residents brace themselves for the annual air pollution crisis. Schools are shut down, outdoor activities are curtailed, and hospitals overflow with patients battling respiratory illnesses. This is not just a seasonal inconvenience, it is a public health emergency that demands urgent attention. The air quality in Delhi routinely reaches hazardous levels during the winter months, far exceeding the World Health Organization's safety guidelines. The city's residents are forced to inhale a toxic cocktail of pollutants, putting their health and well-being at serious risk. The sources of Delhi's pollution are manifold, a complex interplay of factors that converge to create this annual crisis. Crop burning in neighboring states is a primary culprit. Vehicular emissions also contribute significantly. Construction activities add to the dust and particulate matter. Industrial emissions from factories and power plants are significant. Diwali firecrackers spike pollution levels. Waste burning releases toxic fumes, worsening the air quality. The health impacts of Delhi's air pollution crisis are severe and far-reaching, affecting people of all ages and backgrounds. The most visible impact is on the respiratory system. The high levels of particulate matter in the air, especially the tiny PM2, 5 particles that can penetrate deep into the lungs, irritate the airways, and cause a range of respiratory problems. Coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, and chest tightness are common complaints during the winter months. People with pre-existing respiratory conditions such as asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, experience a worsening of their symptoms, often requiring hospitalization. The cardiovascular system is also vulnerable to the harmful effects of air pollution. Studies have shown a link between exposure to air pollution and an increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular diseases. The fine particulate matter in the air can enter the bloodstream through the lungs, causing inflammation and damage to blood vessels. Children are particularly susceptible to the adverse effects of air pollution. Their lungs are still developing, making them more vulnerable to the damaging effects of pollutants. Children exposed to high levels of air pollution are at increased risk of developing respiratory problems such as asthma, bronchitis, and pneumonia. Section 4. Trapped beneath a blanket of smog, the role of weather patterns. Delhi's geographical location and weather patterns exacerbate its pollution woes. The city lies in a bowl-shaped plain, surrounded by hills on 3 sides which trap pollutants and prevent their dispersion. During the winter months, a phenomenon known as temperature inversion occurs, further worsening the situation. Temperature inversion happens when a layer of warm air sits atop a layer of cooler air near the ground. This traps pollutants, preventing them from rising and dispersing. The trapped pollutants accumulate near the surface, leading to a dramatic increase in pollution levels. Low wind speeds during the winter months compound the problem. The lack of wind means that pollutants are not carried away, allowing them to stagnate and accumulate over the city. This creates a thick blanket of smog, trapping the city in a haze of its own making. Section 5. Clearing the air solutions for a healthier Delhi. Addressing Delhi's air pollution crisis requires a multi-pronged approach, targeting the various sources of pollution and implementing effective mitigation measures. One crucial step is to curb crop burning in the neighboring states. This can be achieved through a combination of incentives for farmers to adopt alternative methods of crop residue management, such as composting and mulching, and stricter enforcement of bans on stubble burning. Reducing vehicular emissions is another critical area of intervention. Promoting public transport, encouraging the use of cleaner fuels like CNG in electric vehicles, and implementing stricter emission standards for vehicles can significantly reduce vehicular pollution. Controlling dust from construction activities is essential. Enforcing stricter regulations on construction sites, requiring the use of dust control measures such as covering exposed materials and water sprinkling, and penalizing violators can help minimize dust pollution. Transitioning to cleaner sources of energy for industrial processes is crucial. Promoting the use of renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power and phasing out polluting coal-fired power plants can significantly reduce industrial emissions. Waste management also plays a vital role in mitigating air pollution. Improving waste collection and disposal systems, promoting waste segregation at source, and investing in waste-to-energy plants can help reduce the amount of waste that is burned, thereby reducing air pollution. Section 6. Breathing easier individual actions for cleaner air. While systemic changes are crucial, individual actions can also contribute to improving Delhi's air quality. Opting for public transport, cycling, or walking for shorter distances can reduce vehicular emissions. Carpooling with colleagues or neighbors is another effective way to reduce the number of vehicles on the road. Switching to cleaner fuels such as CNG or electric vehicles can significantly reduce your carbon footprint. If you must use a personal vehicle, ensure it is well maintained and adheres to emission standards. Avoid unnecessary idling as it contributes to air pollution. Be mindful of your energy consumption at home and at work. Turn off lights and appliances when not in use and opt for energy-efficient appliances. Reduce, reuse and recycle waste to minimize the amount of garbage that ends up in landfills where it can contribute to air pollution. During periods of high pollution, limit your exposure to outdoor air, especially during peak traffic hours. If you must venture out, consider wearing a mask designed to filter out particulate matter. Stay informed about the Air Quality Index and follow health advisories issued by authorities. Section 7. A collective breath. Working together for a brighter future. Delhi's fight against air pollution is not a solitary battle. It requires a collective effort from all stakeholders. Governments, policymakers, industries, communities, and individuals must work together to address this pressing issue and secure a healthier future for all. Governments need to implement and enforce stricter environmental regulations, promote sustainable development practices, and invest in public transportation and clean energy infrastructure. Industries must adopt cleaner technologies, reduce their environmental footprint, and comply with emissions standards. Communities can play a vital role by promoting awareness about air pollution, advocating for stricter regulations, and participating in tree plantation drives. Individuals can contribute by making conscious choices in their daily lives that reduce their environmental impact. The fight for clean air is a fight for our health, our well-being, and our future. By working together, we can clear the air, restore Delhi's blue skies, and breathe freely once again.